Hi guys, welcome to my day 14. Angie here. So basically what I want to be doing today is creating a new database and then creating a table. All right. So I have a student exam, data set that I would like to create in using SQL. So let's go. We have our saver here. We're just going to expand our saver. All right. So we have databases. I already have about 4 databases, but I want to create my own database now. I'm just going to right click on it, click on create and choose database. A database is like your folder, okay, where you store information. All right. So I want to name this student exam. Student exam. This is the name of my folder. Do I want any comments? No. I'm just going to save this. Okay, student exam. So I'm just going to click on that student exam and I want to query to. To create a table, you need your query tool. All right. So I'm just going to type create table. The name of the table is what? I want to name it student underscore scores. All right. So I want to open brackets now. Okay, so in brackets, what is the first entry? What's the first column name? It's going to be student underscore ID. And student underscore ID is in serial. The data type is serial primary key. Okay, and then comma. Now, for creating table, you need to let SQL know what the data type is of each column you want to enter. All right. So my student ID is serial number. So the next column name will be first, no, in small letter, please. First underscore name. This is what in varchar. Varchar means varying character. Okay, so this is letting SQL know that this first name is in text. Varchar also means text, the text data type. So what's the length? How many length do I want this first name to be? I don't want it to exceed 50 text. I don't want it to exceed 50. All right, it should just be first name, last name, probably Angela Olga. So if you count Angela, Angela, right, and you count Olga, it's not more than 20, it's not more than, 50. So let's just leave it at 50. So you add comma. What other column name? We have last underscore name. You also varying character. All right, in bracket and close, also 50. What's my next? Let me check my PDF. My next is age. Okay, so I'm going to add comma. I'm going to type age. Age is in integer. Integer means number data type. All right, so it's in age, comma. Hold up. This bracket is not supposed to be here. Okay, yes, comma. Then I want age. Age is in integer, int. There's no limit for my integer. All right, so my next column name is what? Gender. I'm supposed to add comma here. Okay, my next column name is gender, and gender is varchar, is in text. Okay. And varchar should not be, I don't want something to be more than 10. All right, because female male is not more than 10 in text. So the next thing on my column is country. Country is a text data type, so we're going to type varchar. Okay, country should not be more than 20 as well. So add your comma. Then the next column name is residence. Residence is varchar as well as a text data type. Okay, and you don't want it to be more than 20 as well, comma. So the next is entry exam. The next column entry underscore exam. This is decimal points. So we type decimal. Okay, because some student score can be 75.8, 98.2. So we want decimal. So our decimal is going to be 5, comma, then 2. What this means is that the decimal range should not be above 5 numbers. It should be between 2 and 5. For instance, 78.52. That's 4. The total numbers there are what? 4. Perfect. So we have 90.5 as entry exam score. So the total number there, 90.5, is what? Is 3, which is fine. It falls within the range of 5 and 2. It shouldn't it shouldn't go beyond total of 5 numbers, right? It shouldn't be, if a student scores let's say 195.50, let's say 195.0025, it will not carry. It is more than 5 numbers. So that's why I'm using 5 2. It should fall within 5 and 2 as decimal number. So the next column name is previous underscore exam. This should be in integer. All right, in number, comma. The next one, no, our previous, is it previous exam? It's supposed to be previous education. Previous education. All right, it's supposed to be in Bacha. Preferred education means is the person a BSc holder? Is the person um, a master's degree holder? Is the person a PhD degree holder? All right, that's the previous education. What the person has done before. All right, so the next column name is study underscore R. All right, this should be in integer because it's a number data type, comma. The next column name is Python score. Python score is also in integer. All right. What about database score? DB underscore score. All right, also in integer, comma. The next is no, that's all. So there's no comma here. The last column does not carry comma. Okay. Yeah. So let's run this. Create table. Let's execute. So we can see that our query returned successfully in 146 MSEC. Okay, now so let's insert into what we have created, into the table that we have created. We want to insert the student's name, the first name, the student ID. All right. So we are going to enter the next step, which is called the insert into. Insert into what? What's the name of the table? Student underscore scores. In brackets, open brackets. The first thing here is our student ID, but we're not going to enter our student ID because SQL we automatically add student ID for because we are using serial primary key. So the first thing to enter will just start from our first name. Our SQL is going to definitely ask student ID for us. Okay, this serial primary key means that no student ID will be the same. So if you start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to whatever number you have. All right. So let's start with first name. So we're going to type it exactly as we typed it in that create table. Okay, first underscore name, comma. The next is last underscore name. The next is age. The next is gender. The next is country. The next is residence. The next is entry underscore exam. The next is previous space previous underscore education. The next is study underscore R. The next is, I'm supposed to add comma there. The next is Python score underscore score, and the next is DB underscore score. Okay, so we have to add comma there. So we want to enter the first person's name, what's the student's name, what's the first name of the student. So the first name of the student is in bracket as well. The first name is Christina, but it's going to be in one quotation because it's a text. Yes, it's going to be in one quotation because it's a text, comma. And then the other name is Binja. That's the surname is the father's name or the last name is Binja, comma. The next is age. The person's age is 44 years. 44 is not going to be in it's not going to be in one quote. No, because it's a number. All right. So the next gender is female. So it's in text. You're going to type female. Okay, comma. The country is Norway. It's also going to be in quotes because it's text, right? Comma. The next is resident, so private, comma. The next is entry exam. The entry exam score is 72, comma. The next is previous education, which is what exam? Masters. The person finished masters in one quote. Okay. Is in one quote. And then the study hour is 158. And then the Python score is 59. And then the Python the study hour is 158, the Python score is 59, and then the DB score is 55. Okay, so let's run this. Masters female Norway. Why are we having issues? Okay, so I'm not supposed to have this comma here. Okay, I didn't even add what this person's name Christiana, Binja, what they should all fall under. That's supposed to be under values. These are the values for the different columns. Yes. So that's what I'm supposed to add there. Okay, so let's run. Execute. Yeah, so query returned successfully in 119 m second. So we're just going to do this. We're going to copy this. Let's do the other entry. Just do the same thing. Insert into student underscore scores. Okay, so instead of retyping again, just copy this. Control C, right? Come down, Control V, right? And then enter, type your values. Okay, so in bracket as well. In bracket as well, let me get the second name of the student is in one quote. The first name is Alex. Alex, comma, in one quote again, Waleka, spelled Waleka. All right, so in the age is 60 years old, comma, the gender is male. Okay, the country is Kenya. It's supposed to be in one quote. Or let's just finish typing and I'm going to do the quoting later. Kenya, the residence is private, comma, the entry exam is 79, comma, the degree is, the previous education is diploma, comma, the study hour is 150, comma, the Python score is 60, and the DB score is 75. Okay, so in male, one quote, one quote, one quote, one quote, and then private is in text, one quote, and also diploma is in text in one quote. Yeah, so we are done with this. Let's run it. Execute. So query returned successfully. So to prove that this what I did is right, so let's go and select what all select asterisks from the name of our table is what students underscore score. So if you have been following me in my previous videos, you already know what this asterisk means. Okay, you're selecting all columns from student tape scores. So let's run this now to see what we have done. Yeah, so we can see student ID, first name, last name, age, gender, country. You can also see residence, you see entry exam, you can see previous education, you can see study hour, and Python score. All right, now I want you to notice something. This student ID, remember I didn't add my student ID in my insert into here, right? So instead of me typing student ID, which is the number one column name we have here, right? I didn't add it here in my insert into student codes. I did not, because I already used a data type called serial primary key. So definitely SQL is going to do its own job, which is to enter the serial number automatically for us. All right, so that's why there's no need for me to enter my student ID here anymore. Now you can see that SQL has done its own tags, which is showing us our student ID, showing us number one, number two, number three. So every student ID is unique, all right? It does not have duplicate. That's just the whole idea behind the serial primary key thing. Okay, so yeah, so we have our first name, we have our last name, right? So that's it, guys, on how to create a database. So let's save our work now. All right, this is file, this is save as. So let's save it as student let me use cap locks, student scores, or let's say student exam, and let's save it. Save. So our work is saved. So whenever I want to come and input any more data, I'll just come here and do the usual insert into. All right, so that's how to enter data into SQL. Okay, guys, so we have saved our work. That's how to save. Just, or you can press Control S. Okay, Control S will also save your work for you. Yeah, if you want to edit anything, you come here and do your editing. All right, so if you want to open a new document or you want to open a new file, just click on this, open a new tab. It's going to open a new tab for you. So we have our work saved, which is student exam progress at PostgreSQL 17. Okay, guys, so I hope we enjoyed it. Bye. Hi guys, Angie here. So I have successfully created a table called student course. So yeah, so from my schemas, I'm going to open my table. It's already opened already. So we can see um, our column name, student ID, first name, last name, age, gender, country, entry, exam, pre-education, study, Python score, and DB score. So that's been successfully created. So I want to, okay, let me prove that, yeah? So let's open a file. So I already saved it as student exam, right? So let me open it. So let's see what I've done. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so this is all I have done, right? Yeah. So there were 77 entries. Okay, let's run this query return successfully. Let's run this. All queries were returned successfully. So let's go down. So I want to let me backspace this. I want to see all my columns from my table. All right, so let's select all columns from students code. The name of our table is student underscore scores. So let's run this to see our table. Yeah, so we can see our student ID, first name, last name. Perfect. So I have a challenge. So I'm to use basic select, to show all students who scored above 70 in Python. So let's go. So let me type challenge questions. Okay. Show the question is show all students who scored above 70 in Python. Okay, and another question is display first underscore name, last underscore name. All right, country and DB score, DB underscore score. Okay, and then the next question is list all female students. Okay, so let's go. We have challenge question. The first challenge, let me just enter. The first challenge is basically the basic select. Okay, so I'm starting from the basic. I want to all I have learned so far to solve this challenge. Okay, so show all students who scored above. So first of all, we want to select all the columns from students underscore scores. Okay, who scored above? I've already done this, right? So there's no point for this anymore. Show all students who scored above 70. So we want to what? The column we want is what? First name. So I want to use concat. So let me just type first underscore name, comma, in my yeah, comma, last underscore name, close brackets as name. Okay, so I want to open the brackets here, and I want to type concat. I want to join the two names. Okay, show all students who scored above 70 in Python. So I want to see score. Where's our score? We have Python score. So I'm going to type comma here. I want to see Python underscore score. Okay, above 70. And I want to, from where? There's no comma there. From our student underscore scores table. I want to, where, right? I want to filter above 70. Where Python underscore score is greater than what? 70. That's our question. Our question says show all students who scored above 70 in Python. Okay, so let's run this. Yeah, so we can see Philippe, Leo, we can see Juni, we can see Maria. Yeah. So we can actually sort this by using order by. Order by should we sort by name? Sort by I want to sort by Python score. Python underscore score ascending. So let's run this now. Yeah, so we can see from 72 all the way to 90. Okay, so Maria Kedibone has the highest with 91 score. So what's the next challenge? The next challenge is this. Display first name. Okay, so we are going to start with select. We want to select first name, first underscore name, comma. We also want to select last underscore name, comma. We also want to select country, country, comma. We also want to select DB underscore score. Okay, so display first name, last name, DB underscore score. From where? From student underscore scores. Right. Here we go. Yeah, so we have first name and the country the person is from. I want to concat. All right, I want to join. So concat, I want to merge two first name and last name together. So I'll just come here right after the comma and put my one quotation, hit a space in between the two one quotation, right? And then bring back this last name. I'll hit comma there, and then I'm going to close this, and I'm going to type name. Okay, so let's run this. Perfect. Yeah, so we have name, country, yeah. So let's go over to the next challenge. So I have so many challenges to do actually. So list all female students. These are basic select. This is the basic select I'm using anyway. Select all female students. So I'm going to use first name as well. So tab first underscore name, comma. I'm going to use last underscore name, comma. I'm going to use list all female students. Okay. So I'm going to use from student underscore scores where student's name is equals to female, where name is equals to, in one quotation, female. Okay, so let's concat this. I want to concat. I like joining. Okay, comma, and bring this back and close the bracket as name. So let's run this to be sure. Okay. Okay, so I'm supposed to also add gender. Yes, where gender is female. So let's type gender. Okay. Yeah. So where gender equals to female. So let's run this. Yes. So we have Christina, Shoni. Yeah. So we are good to go. So we have 44 female. Okay. So what's the next challenge? Um, my next challenge is about filtering. Okay. So in Cablox, filtering challenge. Yeah. So my question is get students who whose entry exam score is between 60 and 80. So let's go. Select get students. So we want their first name and their last name. So first underscore name, comma, last underscore name, comma, whose entry exam. We also want to see entry underscore exam. Yes, is between. So we want from students underscore scores table where entry underscore exam. Let's say should we use between 60 and 80? Am I right? So let's confirm if our entry exam is spelled right. Okay, so it's spelled right. Yay! I got it. Yeah. So let's sort this by exam entry exam. So order by entry underscore exam ascending. Yes. Should we concat the name, or I'm going to leave it that way anyway? So the next question is retrieve all students from Kenya and or Uganda. Wow, so let's go select all students. So we need the first underscore name, comma. We need last underscore name, comma. We need country. Yes. Retrieve all students from Kenya or Uganda. All right. So from students underscore scores table where country is equals to Kenya or Uganda. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm just trying this out. Uh, I know about this all. This all. Let me see. Equals to and Uganda. There's nothing else. And is country equals to. Okay, let's take out this and Uganda. Okay, I'm supposed to put my one quote. Yeah. Or Uganda. Right? Am I supposed to do that? Because it's in text. So let's take out this and let's run it again. Okay, so there's no or. Let me try one more word. It's supposed to be and. Okay, I'm supposed to put comma. Let me see. Uganda. Right? I'm supposed to use comma. There's no comma. Kenya or Uganda. So I'm supposed not equals to Kenya. I'm supposed to use in. In. We want to see students in Kenya and Uganda. Right? I'm also going to type in one quote Uganda. Right? So let's run this. Because the question says from Kenya or Uganda. So we want to see in these countries. Oh, okay, okay, not and. So we can see Kenya, we can see Uganda. Okay, so what's my next challenge? The next question is show students who study more than 120 hours. So let's go select first underscore name. There's supposed to be comma there. Last underscore name, comma. So all students who study more than 120 hours. So we need to get study hour. Yeah, study hour underscore hour. Who study more than 120 hours. From student underscore course where study hour is greater than 120. Let's go, baby. Let's study hour is greater than 120. Let's study hour is greater than. Okay, study hour is supposed to be underscore. How it's spelled here. Perfect. So my other challenge question now is add a new column called age underscore band. Yeah, I love this. So we are going to use select now case when age um age is it equals to from 18 years to 25 years. I'm supposed to get this. So okay, when age is between 18 and 35, let's make it use when age and let's type between 18 and 35. We want to give that person those brackets youth, right? And what's the other one? No, we also use another when again. When age between, now it's going to be 36 and 70 something. 70 what? No, not 70. It's going to be 55. We want to give that person adult. Oh, I'm missing out one thing here. It's supposed to be, there's supposed to be then here. Hmm? In our case where we're supposed to add then. We're supposed to also add I think it's supposed to be in comma. When age is between I'm going to come down here and type else elderly in quotes, one quote, else elderly, and end as age group. Yeah, I'm right. End as age, you can give it age band. All right. So what other thing do we need to do? Okay, we have created this from mm, from students scores. Yeah. So let's try this. Age band, end as age band. Okay, we're not supposed to use one quote here because this is the title of the new column. It's not supposed to be in quotes. Yeah, so we have created a new but if we want to see the names, we can also add the names. So let's just come here, enter, let's type first underscore name, comma, last underscore name, comma. So let's do this. Yes, so okay, that's it, guys. Yeah, so our next question for filtering is create a calculated column called performance level. Okay, and it's if Python score is greater than equals to 75, we want it to be excellent, and 60 to 74, we want it to be good, and less than 60, we want it to be needs improvements. Okay, so let's go now. Select want to select case when performance level for Python score. So you're going to type Python underscore score when Python score is greater than equals to 75, then excellent. When Python underscore score is 60, let's say greater than 60, between 60 and 74, then good. Else needs improvement. End as performance level underscore level. Okay, from where? From students underscore scores. Let's select this. Okay, perfect. So let's add their names to see the students. So let's just add here first underscore name, comma, last underscore name, comma. Okay, let's see Python score as well, underscore score, comma. Okay, yes. So we can see Christiana Binja needs improvement. Shoni Holungwen it has an excellent performance. Okay, guys, so that's about how to filter. Yeah, this is for my challenge, my own task for myself. So I did the basic select first off, and then I did the basic filtering. So my next challenge is going to be on aggregation. So stay tuned. Bye.